Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Will. Welcome to my channel where I discuss all things credit card rewards as well as a little bit of personal finance. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, be sure to hit that little red subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. But let's go and jump into today's topic where I'll be discussing the different Hilton branded credit cards to see which one stacks up and which ones you probably should avoid. So here we have Hilton's website where they were kind enough to throw together this nice little comparison. Saves me a little time of having to put one together myself. So I appreciate that, Hilton. But as you can see, they have 4 different cards, all being offered through Amex. Now, this is kind of notable because you had to realize that you can only apply for 2 Amex cards within 90 days. So if you've already hit that, you're gonna have to wait until you're out of that 90-day window in order to get any of these cards if you're interested. So 4 cards. The entry level one is just a no annual fee Hilton card. The next one is the Ascend card, which has a $95 annual fees, the mid-tier card. And then they have their Aspire card, which is a $450 annual fee card. So their top tier, high tier card. And then they have their business card, which is a $95 annual fee again, kind of in line with their Ascend card, their mid-tier card. And they do have a few differences, and we'll go through those a little bit later. They all have pretty high sign-up bonuses right now. So the entry-level card gives you 80,000 points after you spend 1,000 within 3 months. The Ascend card gives you 130,000 points once you spend 2,000. The Aspire card gives you 150,000 when you spend 4,000. That's a pretty high jump from the Ascend card. And then you have the business card, which is again 130,000 points and 3,000. So yeah, that's kind of high as well when you compare it to the Ascend card. I'm not sure why they, jump the minimum spend when you're just comparing it to the Ascend card, but yeah, so those are the point values, or that's how many sign-up points you get once you hit those minimum spends. Now, in terms of how that breaks down those points, so according to the Point Guy, U.S. Credit Card Guide, as well as 1 Mile Away, his website, they all value these points at around 0.4 to 0.5 cents per point. Now, how that breaks down is, the 80,000 points from the basic Hilton card is worth about $320 to $400. The Ascend card is worth $520 to about $650. The Aspire card sign-up bonus is worth about $600 to $750. And then the business is worth, $520 to $650. So that's how it breaks down. Now, in terms of the return on your spend, like I said, the Aspire and business don't really quite make sense to me. So just based on the sign-up bonuses. So with the return on your spend, you get 32 to 40% back just with the base card. So that's pretty good. You spend $1,000, you get 32 back in value from that spend. And the Ascend card gives you 26 to 33%. So, that's pretty good as well. But then when you jump down to the Aspire business card, it's because their minimum spends are so high, you get way less return on your spend with those cards. So 15 to 19% with the Aspire card, and then 17 to 22% with the business. So I'm not sure why they did that, but it doesn't quite make sense to me. So right now we're gonna say the Hilton and the Ascend card are 2 top picks just based on the sign-up bonuses. Now let's go ahead and jump into the actual benefits of the card and see what it offers, because we know we get value from those sign-up bonus points, but let's see if we get value from the other benefits of the card. So the first section we have here are the actual spend categories, the bonus points for those. So of course for the Hilton purchases, we're gonna get high value from there. That's kind of across the line on all hotel cards. They always give you high returns when you use that card at their actual locations. So you get 7x back with the Hilton Honors card, 12x back with the Business and Ascend card, and then 14x back with the Aspire card. Now you have to take into consideration these points are only worth half a cent per point. So when you think about it that way, you're really only getting 3.5x back on the Honors card, 6x back on the Ascend and Business card, and 7x back on the Aspire card. So definitely keep that in mind. Now the next section is kind of your other spend categories, and this is kind of interesting because you usually don't see a lot of co-branded cards giving you so many different bonus categories. So in the first 2, the Honors and the Ascend card, you get points back on restaurants, supermarkets, and gas stations. You get 5x back with the Honors card and 6x back with the Ascend card in those categories. Not bad. I mean, you still had to take into consideration, you got to cut that value in half, so it's more like 2.5 and 3% back. But that's still pretty good for a hotel card. But these are hotel points. They're not like Chase Reward points or Amex MR points where you can kind of use them on any hotel or any airline when you transfer them out. So gotta keep that in mind. That does lower the value in my opinion, unless you really like Hilton hotels, or you have some plans, down the line where you can really take advantage of these. You're going to have a hotel picked out, then these are definitely great. But if you're just kind of going with the flow, you don't know what you're going to do in the year with these, points that you're accumulating, probably want to use, this card for these spend categories. Looking at the Aspire card, you get 7x back when you book with travel, and then 7x back on US restaurants and car rentals. Now, this is okay, but again, it's really just 3.5 cents per point, right? So it's not really 7x. And, that's okay. Yeah, like I said, the same thing applies. You're not going to be using this card for these categories because they're only Hilton cards. So, you lose all that flexibility. So they're really not worth that much unless there's, you're at that hotel. You want to spend them at a Hilton hotel. And then the business card, you get 6x back, or 3 cents per point, 3% back at US gas stations, cell phone usage, and purchases for shipping. And then also on US restaurants and travel. So airline travel as well as car rentals. So, again, same thing applies. They're Hilton points. If you're going to be staying at Hilton, great. If you don't know what you're going to be doing, I can't really recommend using, your cards for any of these type of purchases when you have other cards that do it better. And then finally, you have other purchases where you get 3x back in Hilton points, or in other words, where you value those 1.5 percentage points back on your spend. And again, the Hilton points. So the next benefit that we give all these cards is, of course, Hilton Status. So with the basic cards, you get Silver Status, which is, it's okay. It's nothing too special there if you look at the benefits chart. And then with all the other cards, with the Ascend and Business cards, you get Gold Status. And with the Aspire cards, you get Diamond Status. Now, the Gold Status and Diamond Status are pretty decent because you do get free breakfast with those. So yeah, keep that in mind. And, Diamond Status offers a couple more little things, but nothing no groundbreaking. I think breakfast is usually the biggest benefit that people want with Status. You do also get room upgrades with Diamond and Gold, so that's another little thing to keep in mind. Some people definitely like that. And I think I've had one pretty good room upgrade with Marriott before, so, it's definitely valuable when it's available to you. So we're gonna skip over this free weekend night reward. I'll come back to that later. But the next one, you have the Priority Pass Select, which is pretty good for the Ascend card because, it's only $95 annual fee card, and you get 10 free visits to a Priority Pass member or lounge. And with the Aspire cards, you have unlimited visits. And with the business card, same thing as the Ascend, you get 10 free visits. Next, you have the no foreign transaction fees. So that's pretty good across all cards, actually. And these are Amex cards, so they're not as widely taken, when you're outside the US, but it's nice to have just in case. And you're really not going to be putting too much spend on these cards anyway, and you probably already have another travel card. There's 1,000 reasons why this, little benefit here is just kind of mediocre. Now, jumping back up to the free weekend night reward. So here, the only real card that gets this benefit without doing anything is the Aspire card. It comes with the actual $450 annual fee. So the way it works is really, you get it right away. You don't have to wait for like the Marriott card where you have to wait, for your 1-year anniversary to get this free night. It's just boom, available right there. And it's also pretty much you can use on any hotel. So you can get a lot of value out of this. I would say at the very minimum, $250 worth of value, all the way up to $600, $700 worth of value. Just kind of depends on how you do it and what your plans are. For me personally, I probably will get a nice, decent hotel while I'm in Mexico, which is about $250, $300 per night. So that's kind of how I'm going to value it. But if you have some other hotels that you're interested in, feel free to use whatever value you want for that, but you can get a lot of bang for your buck for this. Now, the Ascend card and the business card are a little bit different because you do have to have $15,000 in spend in order to qualify for this benefit. $15,000 at least for me is a lot. I can do it, but I'll have to put all my spend on these cards, and I really don't feel comfortable doing that. So, Amex cards or my Amex Gold card, my Chase Sapphire Reserve and Freedom card, all those other cards that have pretty good category bonuses that I usually put my spend on. So these are two benefits I really can't take advantage of. Now, if you're someone that does have a lot of spend on things that aren't covered by other bonus categories on different cards, then feel free to count this as a benefit, but for me, I can't really do so. And then the next 3 benefits are really just for the Aspire card, and they're pretty much just credits that help cover that $450 annual fee that you're paying. So the first one is a straightforward $250 Hilton Resort statement credit. So pretty easy to use. Book a hotel with the card, boom, $250. Next, you have a $100 on-property credit at Waldorf Astoria or the Conrad hotels. This one a little bit tricky to really take advantage of, and I'm not sure how I would value that. Like I said, it's only for these 2 very specific high-end hotels. I mean, the credit's good, so if you're staying there, you definitely get a lot of value. Restaurants, any resort activities, want to go to the spa, stuff like that. That would definitely take care of that. But for me, I really can't give this a value. I'm just going to be very conservative, and I don't have any plans in the future to stay at either of these hotels. So I would just give it a 0 for now. But that's me. If you do have plans, feel free to take full value for this credit. And then the final credit is a $250 airline fee incidental credit. If you're not familiar with how these credits work, airline incidental fees are things such as if you want to check a bag, if you want to maybe buy drinks or food on a plane. It covers things if you want to buy a day pass at one of the airport lounges. All that stuff is covered under this airline incidental fee. So it's not the actual airline ticket, which is kind of a bummer, but there is a way around that. With Delta, American, and Southwest, you can buy gift cards from these airlines, and they're coded in such a way where it does count towards that airline incidental fees. So you can use the gift cards to buy tickets. So that's just a little workaround for a few of the airlines. For me, I can probably take full advantage, just using that little hack, I guess you want to say. So I'll go ahead and say $250 full value for that credit. And that's all the benefits for all the cards, guys. If I had to choose one, it will probably either be the Hilton Honors card, which is their base, low tier card. And that's mainly because it has a pretty good return on that minimum spend for the sign-up bonus, or the Hilton Aspire card. And that's because, all these benefits are really good, and you do get some value out of that. And if you look back at my evaluation, it was at least $400 worth of value or $300 worth of value. So, it's a good card. You just had to be able to pay that $450 upfront to get that value later down the line. Now, the Ascend card is also pretty good. It does give you a pretty good return on that spend for the sign-up bonus. But, it's really only good for people who travel frequently and stay at Hilton's, because the only big benefit that you get is the gold status. And with the gold status, you do get free breakfast and a couple other little benefits. But I don't travel or not too committed to Hilton enough to really call that a benefit for me. So that's why I can't really get this card for myself. But if you are someone like that, definitely go for it. And there is that possibility if you're someone that has a lot of spend and, just other bonus categories, then, if you hit that $15,000 mark, that is a free night at, one of these very nice hotels. So like I say, go for it. The business card is kind of mediocre. It doesn't have a very good return on that sign-up bonus spend. So just thinking about that, I will say the Ascend card is definitely better. Now, if you're someone who's going to try to hit that $15,000 and those spend categories really kind of, interest you, then yeah, you can get the business card. But if you're not really interested in those, spend categories, then, the Ascend card will probably be the one for you. And that's the end of the video, guys. Which card do you think is best for you? Are you actually thinking about getting any? If so, let me know down in the comments below. If you liked the video, if it helped you out, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.